So you're probably familiar with the Sophie case, 9-year-old that's claiming that not only is the her mother's boyfriend molesting her, raping her, and so forth, the mother's involved by encouraging this sort of thing. May not be familiar with Karen that's sitting right over here to my left. This lady came out with a video. I don't really know what her name. Well, I hear her name's Katie, but we're gonna call her Karen, guys. She's a piece of shit. Call it for what. I have tried 7 times now to do this video, and each time it has turned into me literally insulting this lady. So we're trying for the 8th time to see if I could do a video insult her. Alright, let's hear what Karen has to say.
I started thinking about like she the little girl went from completely screaming to totally fine about it. It was like the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
It's bizarre that a child calmed down. Okay.
They said that when they saw the little girl, nothing was wrong. She was totally calm and everything was fine.
It's probably because she wasn't being raped at that specific moment. Just because she's calm, it doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong. I don't know what the deal is with this lady, but she does. If you haven't figured it out yet, this entire video is literally victim shame video. Um, in the regards of discrediting a 9-year-old child, but
So they can only do, they're not there to like get into the specifics of a case. Their only like job is to facilitate the transfer, and there was a court order transfer, and he was ordered by the court to hand over custody. And it sounds like he's in the process of losing custody.
yeah, there's a funny thing about that. Most of the time, that's what happens to fathers. They lose custody of the kids. Family court system, forget about it, because that's generally what happens.
Now the mom's side says that he has been kidnapped. He kidnapped the kids and has poisoned them.
These kids look really good for saying that they've apparently ingested poison. Here's the deal. You can't kidnap your own child, okay? They had shared custody of the kids. If you guys haven't figured this out yet, Karen over here doesn't know a damn thing about this case. And that's going to become more and more obvious as the things she says get dumber and dumber.
Against her and is planting ideas in their heads.
Alright. So what she's talking about is coercion. Here's the deal on coercion. How many children have ever kept the same story when they were coerced into saying something? None. The story always changes. Over a period of time, the story changes. This little girl's story has not come close to changing.
That's what the mom says. She claims that this isn't true.
Of course she claims this isn't true. She's the one being accused. Her and her boyfriend are both being accused of sexually assaulting a 9-year-old child. I mean, what the hell are they going to do? Oh, yeah, we did that last week on Wednesday. No, they're going to freaking deny it. Their claim is something else. The other thing to note in this is watch her body language. You'll notice, especially with the right hand there, she is really fidgety. I don't know what the deal is with that, but body language speaks a lot. And in this instance, yeah.
I just can't believe he put this online.
Gee, I can't believe either. We should take a poll on how many people can't believe that a father would put something online to bring exposure to the fact that the courts literally sent his daughter to a location where the daughter is claiming that she's being raped. I think most people are going to agree with the father on that.
And I can't believe how riled up people still are about this. I'm like, you guys.
I'm like, I can't believe it because I have no concept of having an intelligent thought. I don't even know what that means. Here's, I'm sorry. I did mention every time I've tried this, I have ended up bashing this stupid. Here's the deal here, Karen. People are riled up about it because of the accusations being made by a child against an adult. They're pretty pissed off about the fact that the court sent this kid back to that house after she made this claim. They're pissed off also about the fact that the court is doing everything they can to silence the father. So yes, I can't imagine why people are so riled up about this. I mean, God, Karen, maybe you should help us all out and tell us what we need to do.
Guys, you can't literally like, and people are just sharing the video like
You can't literally just like what?
it's nothing.
But the video is something. The video is a girl being dragged out of a vehicle, allegedly. Well, from what the claims are, she ended up going to the hospital over that. So, um, they're not sharing it like it's nothing here, Karen. They're sharing it because they're helping the father and bringing exposure to the fact that the court system is fucking his daughter over. They're not supporting her. They're not giving her any kind of assistance like they should be. They're not doing what is in the best interest of her. They're not sharing it like it's nothing. But go ahead and continue speaking there, Karen.
She was just being a brat and wanted to stay with her dad.
No, she was being a little girl that didn't want to be sexually violated. If that's your definition of a brat, I would honestly say, please, for the love of God, don't reproduce. But I already know from the other, like, 7 times I've tried this, that you have. And God have mercy on that child.
Part of me thought she was just being bratty. Like,
Okay. I'm amazed that she was able to have a thought.
she would just go from crying to fine, from crying to fine. And it reminded me of when my son pitches a fit.
Well, here's the thing. Unless you've been in the situation where you are a child that has been exploited in that regard, you don't have the capability, much less, you don't have the ability to tell people what is going through that kid's mind. Unfortunately, I do have that ability. It's not a good ability. I can tell you from firsthand experience what that girl's going to deal with for the rest of her life because of some sick motherfucker that decided that little girl was attractive.
Where he'll just like pitch a fit to get his way, and then as soon as he's fine. And then when he doesn't get his way again, he starts pitching a fit again.
Sounds like you need to adjust your parenting skills.
And I feel like the dad was just, by not getting involved, he was like egging it on in a way, especially by like, think of like how kids, if they're being videotaped, will act up.
All right, here's the deal here, Karen. Actually, we're just going to call you dumbass Karen. The father wasn't doing anything because the father can't. Here's the problem. They have him by the balls, okay? Everything he does is being scrutinized by that court. Him putting all this out in public has been scrutinized by the court. It blows my mind that a dumbass like you would come out with a video specifically to shame a little girl for a claim that she's making and then turn around and call her brat. The term brat does not anywhere fit into this situation. And guys, just a little heads up, she doesn't even stop there. She goes after this girl's intelligence. We'll see that here shortly.
And the way that she was talking, it was like so, for a 9-year-old, sophisticated.
Because I'm incapable of having a sophisticated thought. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make a video. Alright. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I've tried 7 times. I'm just going to say screw it. 8 times. We're going to roast her ass. Here's the deal, lady. There's a book out there. It's called Webster's Dictionary. I can hook you up with one. Because I know you're apparently too lackadaisical to actually read one. If you don't know what that means, it means lazy. Just letting you know there, dumbass Karen. So here's the deal. Sophisticated. Being sophisticated has nothing to do with the girl's claim. I don't know why you're bringing up this girl's intelligence, but hey, let's just hear what you have to say about it.
I was like, how does she know these words? How does she know, like, all of, like, she kept saying, like, I have a choice. It's my body. It's my rights. Like, where does a child that's 9 years old come up with this thought? Like, it's my rights. I have rights.
Guess what? She's an American citizen. I call that good parenting. Teaching your children about their constitutional rights. Teaching your children that their body is their body and shouldn't be molested and raped and violated. I call that good parenting. I don't know what you call that there, but you know what? That's all good. I mean, while you're sitting there being a has-been Judge Judy lookalike, I'm sitting here critiquing you. And so far, you have got the Darwin Award of the century.
Like, who's, I don't know many 9-year-olds that talk like that. Like,
I do. Oh my god, I know a 3-year-old that talks like that. I'm not even kidding. My niece is 3 years old, and she has got to be the smartest kid I have ever seen for her age. But Karen over here, she's never seen a smart kid because that intimidates her, apparently.
I don't know any kids that say, like, I have rights.
If they know their rights, I would imagine a lot of them would be saying that, because guess what? They do have rights. I hate to break it here to you, Karen, but the little girl's right. She does have rights. You should check it out sometime. It's called the U.S. Constitution, Bill of Rights. Check it out. I think you'll love it. It's great reading material.
That parent taught her. Yeah. A lot of the language she was using was just very sophisticated. So then that makes me almost believe what the mom is saying.
You guys just heard what she said there, right? Because this girl spoke in a sophisticated manner. Obviously, the father is lying. The mother is telling the truth. All because this girl had the audacity to show any signs of having brain cells and in some form of intelligence. That kind of stuff should be encouraged, not discouraged. But dumbass Karen over here, her son's probably licking lead-painted windows with the way she.
And then the judge was so angry at the dad, and then the dad is supposed to have everything pulled down, and he hasn't pulled down anything, you guys. And it's, he's got only a few more hours.
Oh my god, the judge was angry? A family court judge was angry at the father? Oh, I'm so sorry there, judge lady. The judge is absolutely incompetent. Okay? Point blank. That's what it boils down to. This judge is a piece of work in her own way. Because this judge, like I said, has sent this child back to that place where this child has made the allegations. So, that's not going to roll with me, lady. It really isn't. But go ahead and continue with your. You know what? Just try to get a coherent sentence out.
And something isn't right. And you know what's right? Whether she's a victim of what her mom's boyfriend did, she's a victim of someone. That's
Yeah, she's a victim of a guy that she's accusing of being a pedophile. But I do agree, something's not right.
The truth here. She's either a victim of her dad alienating her from her mom.
Well, that's funny, being that the mother had at the time that the video was released, had primary custody of the child, and the father was the visiting parent. So, if anything, I would think that the mother would be the one alienating. But hey, you're an idiot, and that's your own thing. Just keep talking.
Or she's a victim of her mom's boyfriend.
Didn't you just say that? I mean, like, literally, didn't she just say that she apparently is the victim of the mother's parent, or the mother's boyfriend? And here's the deal. All right, the little scoop on that is the mother, according to this child, encourages it. So I don't think she's just a victim of the mother's boyfriend. She's a victim of the mother. Because quite frankly, if an allegation, every mother that I've spoken to has told me that if an allegation was made like this about their boyfriend, that guy's out. There's no questions asked. Guy's out. But I digress.
She is an innocent victim.
Yeah. So why did you make a video that's slamming an innocent victim? Oh, I forgot you took this video down. Not before it was mirrored, but you did take this video down, from what I understand. Shame. I hope I find you on YouTube. I'll be happy to send this link to this specific video to you. That way you can hear me roast your sorry ass.
And whatever's happening here, it's become some sick game. And I feel like that's why the police and the, courts were so adamant that this was around a bitter custody dispute.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, it's definitely a bitter custody dispute now. But that has nothing to do with the girl's allegations there, Tater Tot. I'm sure you'll figure it out sooner or later. I really hope that you do, because you're really starting to sizzle my brain cells here.
And children, the judge even said, like, children are not to be dragged into a divorce. You do not divorce a child. A child is not a divorce. They're only brought to a divorce to the extent that a parent brings them into it.
What does this have to do with the allegations? Wasn't this what you were supposed to be talking about here, dumbass Karen?
But I do, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Get back on the subject. I can't roast you on that crap.
And I do hope that all of this just calms down.
They probably will once courts actually start doing their job.
It's like, some 9-year-olds can be sophisticated. I wasn't that sophisticated when I was 9.
I know you guys are probably not wanting me to say it, but I'm going to say it. Lady, you're not sophisticated now. I probably should go past that point, because it really, you know what? Screw it. Here's the deal. If on a scale of shoe to human, I think you're about paramecium level on the sophistication scale. Okay. I don't even want to think about what you're teaching your son, just based on this video. But I'm not going to speculate on that. See, she's boring herself.
So there were my thoughts about that.
Those were thoughts? See, thought is something that you do that has some form of intelligence behind it. Nothing I've heard had any form of intelligence behind it. It's very obvious you don't know anything about the case, yet you're just kind of blasting off about whatever so you can get your word in on it. That way you can kind of get some of that nice clout that everybody wants. Here's the deal. That wasn't a thought. You're incapable of having thought, and it shows.
I think people just don't want to believe that a kid would lie, or I think people don't ever want to doubt that a kid is lying.
Because most 9-year-olds don't lie about that kind of stuff.
So we never want to distrust what a kid is saying, right? So you don't want to assume that the child isn't being truthful. But I think if she's not being truthful, it has nothing to do with the girl being untruthful. I think it's the
If she's not being untruthful, it has nothing to do with the girl being untruthful. What? The hell kind of sentence is that? No, you girl. Seriously, Karen. Please go take an English course.
dad that's made her be untruthful.
Well, I've already covered this. That girl's story would have changed by now, and from what I understand, there's medical evidence supporting that something's happened to her. So I'll throw that in there too.
So it's either the dad that's at fault or it's the boyfriend.
It's good. Dad, boyfriend, dad. I'm gonna go with boyfriend.
And the mom at fault.
Oh, definitely the mom. Yeah. We can't leave her out here. I'm glad you brought her in, Karen. It's the first intelligent thing you've done.
But the way the dad is acting, I'm feeling like it's a little bit more on his end right now.
He's acting like a pissed off father who just found out his daughter is being molested, raped, and God only knows what else. In all seriousness, here, Karen, just in case you see this video, if your son came out with this allegation and you ended up going through all the crap that this father's going through, how would you respond? Seriously. Just leave a comment, let me know, okay?
But the thing is everyone has an opinion about the mom and the grandma, but they haven't said anything besides what the dad has put out there because they're abiding by the court's orders.
You know, that's probably half the problem right there. It's good that he's not abiding to the courts. Because quite frankly, like I said, the judge is incompetent. And the mother and the grandmother are just not even putting shithead boyfriend into this. Here's the deal. The video shows them literally trying to jerk this girl out of the car. Still fastened with the seatbelt, trying to jerk her out of this car. And like I said, it is allegedly she had gone to the hospital as a result of this. So now I don't know if the grandmother knew at that point what was happening. Speculation is that she didn't find out until after the mother went and spoke to the police. But that doesn't change the fact that they were jerking a 9-year-old out of a vehicle. Now, the father did exactly what any intelligent person would do, and that is record.
So I think it's like kind of unfair for everyone to assume that the mom is like doing everything wrong when maybe the mom is literally trying to just do what's right for her kid.
Like encouraging her boyfriend to molest and rape her kid. Please tell me how that's in doing what's right for her kid. I would really like to hear all about that. In fact, you can contact me on Facebook. You can contact me on Twitter, YouTube. I don't care how you contact me. Email. Go for it. Let me know how you think that the mother was doing what's best for her kid, okay? Like I said, though, you're not a very intelligent person.
Like, I don't want to automatically assume the mom is the bad guy here either. You know, that's why I hate when this stuff happens. Maybe Sophie's being failed by both of her parents.
Definitely by one.
It's just a mess. An absolute mess.
So is your video, but here I am.
And my brain is hurting thinking about it.
My brain's hurting from watching your nonsense, lady. I'm serious. It's like a piece of my brain is just swelling up over into this side. I got another piece swelling up over here. Intelligence aspect of my brain has completely shut down at this point. My sympathy, that's debatable. I'm just kidding. It's not debatable. This lady's a total cuck.
But that's my thoughts on that. But like watching, kids can lie all the time.
Yeah, kids generally lie about kid things. They don't usually lie about, my mommy's boyfriend's raping me. That's not something that little kids generally lie about.
My kid can lie, like, kids lie.
So do adults.
The idea that kids don't lie is ridiculous. Kids lie.
Again, so do adults. Especially when the adults are the ones being accused of such a heinous crime.
Kids will sometimes lie just to get the favor of the parent that they want to be, they want to please.
Shows how little you know.
If they think it'll like help the parent that they want to please, they can lie. I mean, that's just, my son favors, my son favors my husband because my husband gets him, my husband has been more lenient with him.
Maybe your husband's more intelligent than you. So, I knew I wasn't going to get through that video without roasting her. Like I said, that was pretty much a victim shame video, stating that the girl's lying, all this other nonsense that this idiot could pull out. But the fact is little kids don't generally lie about things like that, and it blows my mind that this lady had made this video trying to downplay the child's accusations. Now, as I understand, she did remove this video, but unfortunately for her, it's been mirrored because what goes online stays online. And that's fine and dandy, you know. It goes to show if you're going to say something, you better make sure that you that you mean what you say. And I mean everything I've said in this video. This lady's she's a total fucking tool. And I have no sympathy toward her. I think she's a total idiot that has no intelligence. And the fact that she would accuse the child of lying just to get favoritism from her father is absolute insanity. So until next time, out.